Hi guys, this is Kest, and I came here today to talk about a subject that I think a lot of you wonder or question yourselves, which is there someone that knows more about this thing, and do I have to follow that knowledge, or do I have to follow what they're saying? Or believe if you want. So the answer is no, of course not. No one knows really exactly the extent of this line. There's many stories, there's a lot of... I will talk in more videos about more scientific things, like studies that were made by some doctors, but they're so few, and the year it was made, and at least the ones I read wasn't that much credible. Do you understand and believe? It's like, when you do studies with 100 people, it's not that much, you know what I mean? So you cannot really just say, oh, I did a study and this is what I've observed. You know what I mean? So I never felt there was a... Because if there was, you already knew that you had something different and it was talked about. Doctors had found out what it was. So all those things would be already done if there was proper studies, which there aren't. At least there aren't studies that prove that this is some sort of syndrome or that it incapacitates someone. So yes, there's no specific rule for this. There's no one that knows exactly the extent of this or what it does. There's stories, there are legends, there are myths. I myself, I know nothing, at least in the spectrum of where I believe that this story is. I started really young trying to understand what this was, and I keep doing it since then. So every time there's someone or there's something related to Simian Line, I'm gonna check it and I'm gonna see if I relate and how, because I like science a lot. So there's a lot of questions here. Probably I should do this video like questions about Simian Line. So the other day, Kadir 10, I believe, asked me if I smoked weed. So that's a really sensitive subject, because I know that in the USA, in the United States, it's allowed to smoke weed in a lot of states. But in Portugal, it's not forbidden to smoke, but it's not allowed to buy. So it's this sort of double standard that we created here. So in order for people to smoke, but don't encourage them to continue, because it's the same with me. I believe that's something you shouldn't propel it. It's a medicinal thing that serves the purpose fully, and is really nice, and obviously it has the entertaining purpose as well, but it's not something that I would advise just everyone just start smoking weed. That's not the way. And too much things like that, like a medicine, too much of it would make it hard for you or harder for you, you know what I mean? Because those light drugs have a lot of side effects, and it's not obviously physical side effects like a hardcore drug, but it does create some habits that you have to maintain in order for the drug to keep pleasing you, if it does make any sense. So yes, I do smoke sometimes because I need to calm down, and I don't like drugs. I don't like pharmaceutical drugs. I don't like pills. I don't like their compositions. For me, that I'm very hyper in everything that I do. So when I work, I look like a maniac, like a lot of people say, like an obsessive person. I'm kind of obsessive when it comes to work or something that I'm dedicated to, but not in my real life. I'm a normal guy, but when it comes to work, or I probably would say no to some night out because I would prefer to stay at home watching a movie or something like that. Those are something that I need to tell. So one of those questions that I told is if people consume drugs, or how does drugs affect you. I will do a video on that as well, so you guys can understand my fully notion of it. It doesn't mean that you have to fully agree with me, but at least we can speak about it in here in the channel. So a lot of people ask if this is a spiritual thing. So the Simian line is a genetic characteristic, but yes, it is translatable in the emotional and spiritual. I'm drinking this, Fanta? Yeah, I'm drinking passion fruit Fanta, which I love. But I don't drink it a lot because it's, mostly sugar, but I like it. This has a spiritual translation. So your energy, like I say in all my videos, because I love science, your energy is really high up there. So when your energy is really high up there, you have more awareness in you. It's like the skewers. Do you say this the fur of the cat, those mustaches that he has. So he has that in order to expand his awareness, his electric sensitiveness. Like bats use their sonar. So we all have that sort of material to keep us aware, and we have the eyes, we have the five senses, but in our case their energy kind of uppers those five senses, and we experience a little bit more than most people do. So if we're not pleased at all with the environment, we get really low, and everyone can see that in our faces, because we're like, no, this is not for me, I have to go away. Or we get really bored and we just don't give a damn, right? The truth is, yes, it has a spiritual side, so you can help others, you can make their life easier because you can see things very easily and you can just help them. So use that sort of awareness to help. You don't need to put yourself in the middle of the turmoil or any sort of problem, but you can help. You can just be a helpful person or a helpful hand. But you understood, right? So that's what I meant. There's a lot of questions. I already spoke about this is not a syndrome. It may have connections. Oh, there's another question that is very common, which is, so my baby has this line, will he have Down syndrome or autism? Or people that just don't know and they think that by having this line they have some sort of level or percentage of that syndrome, of that sort of thing in their mind and body, and they don't understand if they have it or not, because they would find themselves normal. So yes, there's a lot of things. For example, I don't know if you are aware of energy like I am, but since I was young, all people that I crossed in the street and so forth, they have Down syndrome, my energy compels them to me. Does this make any sense to you? So you're in a coffee and you're just looking at someone with Down syndrome. If you understand energies, and this is sort of it doesn't mean that you have to understand, or you may be really practical and not even any sort of spirituality in you at all. You're just a science guy, like for example. But for me, who I kind of twist and bend a little bit those themes, for me, I sense the energy and I feel that we connect somehow. I don't understand, not that I don't understand, I cannot really explain to you, but I can feel their energy and I know that they can feel mine. And it's all about the pureness of the energy. You see what I mean? So if you're like thinking behind your head and just looking and reacting towards your thinking, they will probably not connect, or they would find out. But if it's really emotional, an energy for emotion, I think that they, like us, they carriers of syndromes, like us Simian Line carriers, feel the same sort of pattern and we recognize. So if we talk with someone that is really truthful and honest with the emotions and they speak what they think, we feel it. So that's a sort of bond between our ability and our genetics. That's science and spirituality sort of bonding. But I hope you guys can do that. If you don't, you're missing out, because that's a really cool thing that you can do. It's obviously can be unpleasant because you can find things that you may not want to find, but you can help. And when you help, you feel good, and when you feel good, you spread more love, and then more love will come to you. So I'm very excited today because I went to cut my hair, see? And I don't know if you guys follow me or not, but the woman that cuts my hair, I already told you guys, she's amazing. She's like a genius in disguise, you know what I mean? Every time I go there and cut my hair, I not only cut my hair, but I get a really cool conversation for at least an hour, which is so fulfilling. I feel so humble near this woman, and she teaches me so many stuff in just conversation that I can apply to my real life, which is amazing. And I'm an artist, like I said. A lot of people ask, what's my job? What do I do? I want to do a video about all my timeline in jobs and things that I did in my life and still do. So I studied arts. So I did a lot of art related stuff. I did a lot of graphic design things. And now I'm much more into creating my own projects, like I'm telling you and sharing with you guys, because I believe that life is not just those patternized things. Well, that's not the reason why I don't have normal job like I had this year a couple months ago. But I realized that I cannot still feed people that want me to give my best and not in a way reward me, because that's a job, that's no emotion, there's no connection in a level where I feel that I have to. I'm paid to, you know what I mean? So I would prefer to be paid for something that I do with love and care than to be doing something just to please someone, to feed them what they need and not feed myself. Does this make any sense? So yes, I worked in graphic design. I still work. If there's a project, if there's some freelance job, I'll take it. If I like it, of course, and if I need to work, right? But nowadays, I'm trying to change my pattern in terms of work, and that's why I think I'm in here as well, because I want you guys to follow me and support me, please, because in order for you to come out of the science and more logic pattern and go to the more spirituality and more awareness, sometimes you lose things but you win things, and I'm winning a lot, much more than I used to win when I was just on the pattern side. And I have a story why I came out of this pattern. I had a friend that he's a yoga teacher. I know a lot of people in these sort of realms, yoga, Reiki, florals, all those areas of energies. Funny enough, he told me, I will tell you this story later, but he told me that I should quit everything and follow my calling, because otherwise my life would never go into the correct path. And in a way, he was right. I had a lot of success in a lot of projects, but in my own self, my own heart was not feeling filled with that sort of rewards. So I need this. This is what I feel it connects me. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of energy that I spend to do these videos, because I'm a shy guy. I know I don't look, but I'm shy. I never speak about myself to anyone unless it's someone really close. So for me, I'm creating my family of Simian Lines here. I'm creating a family of people that support each other, that give nice comments, nice words of appreciation and help. We all need someone to tell you, you're not wrong, you're right, you know what I mean? And sometimes for us Simian Liners, we are so stubborn and and things like that we don't have that sort of, I wouldn't say helpful force, but that sort of impulse, you know what I mean? We need sometimes an impulse in order to start working properly. Yeah, this woman is amazing. I spoke with her a lot of things today. She almost made me cry. Can you imagine a woman that cuts hair? I was a bit embarrassed, but I was almost tearing up, almost, because she is so effing deep, and you wonder how can this, and she's like that. Everything she has in her life, it's her choice, and that's the beauty of something that I never understood that I'm coming across this year. We create our path. If you're younger, well, younger or not, if you believe in energy and if you believe in your own powers of reading things, you can judge for yourself. Your life is your own creation. You decide everything in it. So if you want to be successful, you're going to be successful. If you want to be dwelling in the success, you're going to be dwelling in the success, or frustrated, whatever. It's your own design. You may not know and you may not be aware, but it's your own design. And it's better to reach that point later than never. Because I'm 40 years old. I took a lot of years to come to this moment. I was waiting for this moment. I am on the moment. So for me, every time I come here and see that you commented, I get a smile, and I answer you. I get a new subscriber from time to time, and I feel happy because I think, okay, another person connected, let me welcome that person. So in here, people can just talk among each other. Did I say well? Amongst each other, discuss things, because I kind of want to sponsor that. I want to be able to create a place where people can just talk with each other. I'm not here as a leveler for anyone. I may be very outspoken, but I work for that, and you need to do the same, because when you get that power, when you have the power of decision, you create your life. So you have to stand up for yourself. I may be your friend because I'm part of your family here. We're creating a bond, but I cannot be the ruler for anything. I'm so full of errors and mistakes, but my errors and mistakes can help someone here. And this is what I believe in my heart that I should be doing. Please don't judge me for mistakes. I do a lot. I did a lot. I don't want to keep doing them, but I know that I'm going to do some in order to achieve the not error one, the correct way. There's a lot of questions. I'm gonna sometimes do this in order for me, even for me, not to forget what I have to talk to, because I have so many things I can talk about the Simian Lines and to discuss with you. I did a video yesterday and I didn't put it out. I talked about the death of my father, not because I want to put it out there as a sad video, you know what I mean? So that's why I didn't put it, because I want to talk about how is the life of a Simian Liner like me, who had a lot of connections with other things since I was a young boy, and the death of my father was one of them. And the story was quite unusual, so I filmed it. I never posted because I don't know, I thought about if I put it out there, they think that probably I'm trying to look, oh poor little guy, and I'm not that at all. I didn't want to go there to the sad side of it. This is just part of my story, but I didn't want to put you guys sad as well, so I thought maybe this is not the correct video the way I made it. But if you guys want me to put it out there like I did and give me that, you know, kick in the ass, I'm gonna do it. Otherwise I'm gonna try to film in another way. So tell me here if you want me to post the video that I filmed 2 days ago about a story very dear and hard for me in my life. I'm gonna keep talking. I have a couple more stories that I need to do a more organized video for the unlocking moments. That's it. I just wanted to say hi and come so you guys know that I'm still committing to what I said, that I will do more videos and I will be more present for you guys. And yes, please comment. Don't forget, click the bell like, you know the drill. Bye.